All right, so Rhode Island. Rhode Island is it's the state that's it's Rhode Island. It's the smallest state. And why is it the smallest state? Well, there's actually two rivers that go right next to Rhode Island. One of them is called the Atlantic Ocean, and the other is the Pacific Ocean. And those two, those two, those two rivers make it so that the state is actually squished, and they have to put the lines on the state in between those two rivers. And so what happens is you get a state that ends up being the size of Rhode Island. Now, it's interesting, it's called Rhode Island, but it's actually not made out of roads. It's actually made out of land and dirt and stuff. But probably mostly concrete. I've never been, but I hear it's mostly concrete. And I hear that just from intuition because I know that it's in a highly populated area. So, so it actually makes sense that it's called Rhode Island because it's mostly like roads. And then what you have under those roads is you have dirt. Anyway, that's not much of an island, though. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you got a place like Staten Island, which is actually an island, but Staten Island's not a state. So, but Rhode Island is not really an island, and they call it Rhode Island. So I think they did that mainly to confuse Americans and foreigners alike. Now, it kind of puts people together in that sense, where they confuse both people in the country and out of the country. So that way, they kind of distinguish themselves from the rest of the population groups. Now, if your entire state is based on a lie, and the lie in this case being that you're actually an island and you're not an island, then they get a little bit mischievous. So as we all know, everyone from Rhode Island is not to be trusted. Now, the most famous thing from Rhode Island is probably the Family Guy, because Family Guy is based in Rhode Island, the Quahog, Rhode Island. And I guess they root for the Patriots because, well, the New England Patriots. I think Rhode Island is part of New England. New England is kind of a vague word for like the Northeast, and the Northeast is like it's kind of its own country where it's like old and weird. I haven't spent much time. Maybe I'll do like 2 years in the Northeast, but planning is really not my style, so I really don't think I'm gonna plan anything like that. If it happens by accident. That's how I pretty much roll with that. I mean, I've tried the other way, and it's just what ends up happening is the accidents win out. So as far as Rhode Island goes. Anyway, yeah, now you know everything about Rhode Island. So there you go. Thanks.